Shalom Israel. It's your brother New Breed coming through with another live stream. And it's Motivational Mondays. What's good with y'all? Peace and blessings to everybody joining the chat. It's raining outside, so y'all gonna hear a little bit of background noise. But it's all good though. It's kind of relaxing to me. Stay fearless, chosen ones. Stay fearless, man. I got a real important message for y'all, man. Especially in this fear-based, trauma-based society. You got to stay fearless out in these streets. Everywhere you at, you got to be fearless. You got to live your life, enjoy your life, be able to express yourself freely. And you got to find peace, man. You know, in this society, at the moment, it seems as if the death tolls are rising, and there's a very thin line between life and death. There's a lot of uncertainty. When you turn on your television, you seeing, you know, Omicron. You seeing different strands of COVID. You seeing all of this death everywhere. You seeing people dropping off the map. You seeing a lot of celebrities losing their lives. The mortality rate is sky high out here. And it's almost as if the media uses the fear of death to actually control society. And in actuality, death is not even something you should fear. You know what I'm saying? That's not something that you should be afraid of, because listen, this is not the know-all be-all. This life we live in, this world we living in is not the know-all be-all. There is something after this. The afterlife is actually the beginning. You understand? The actual life is after all of this. And I know that sounds crazy to some, but you know, if you're not spiritually minded, you're not gonna really understand where I'm coming from. But you gotta be fearless. You can't allow the media to sway you into not enjoying your life and not being able to really be happy. Because essentially that's what they want to do. They want to take your joy from you. They want to strip it from you. And when you come into this walk, man, there's so many impositions that come against you. There's so many devils and demons and witches and warlocks and gang stalkers and perpetrators. There's so many individuals that come against you once you wake up. It's enough to make anybody timid. It's enough to make most people cower and cowtail and basically scurry off. Because this spiritual awakening, man, it put all eyes on y'all, the chosen ones. It's like everybody started gunning for you, man. The people that you trusted, people that you held near and dear, they flip the script on you. Everything changes, and it could be very scary. It could be a very, I don't know, frightening situation for those coming into this walk. And I got to tell you, I got to influence you and inspire you to stay fearless, because it's going to all pay off at the end when you really being fearless out here. You know, lately I've been watching a lot of a medieval type of TV shows, right? I've been binging them. And you know, one thing I noticed is that back in those times, they didn't fear death. They really did not fear death. It was about honor. It was like, listen, they would die on their sword before they put their integrity under question. It's like if they got in a sword fight and there was a battle and they laid out on the ground and listen, their enemy actually spares them, they get upset. It's like, go ahead, finish it. You understand? That's how much courage they had. It's like, yo, and I can truly relate to it. It's like when I'm watching this, something in me clicks that's how we should be. We should be willing to die for our beliefs. Like to the point where, listen, we know the afterlife is so real. We know that the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of the Most High is so real that we shouldn't be afraid to cross over. Like literally. That's how the prophets were back in the scriptures as well. They were willing to go ahead and lose it all, bro. I'm talking about they didn't care because they knew that in the afterlife, many mansions was awaiting for them. So to die for their integrity, their honor, their family, their lineage, their legacy, their dynasty, anything that was important, they would, hey, listen, they would go in honor. It wasn't like nowadays somebody comes out in the media, like this use Kyrie Irving for an example. He comes out in the media, he shares a documentary, it wakes a lot of people up. They start, really hammering them in the media. It was wrong what they did, but let's be real, ladies and gentlemen, we just not built the same like we used to. Soon as people start losing endorsements, soon as people start losing support of friends and family, soon as people start turning their back on you in this truth, soon as people, don't want nothing to do with you, you ready to apologize. You ready to, kowtow. You ready to acquiesce. You ready to go backwards instead of really standing on what you believe in. And that's, you got to be fearless in this walk. Seriously, once you red pilled into this truth, you can expect everything to go against you. You can expect it. When Christ fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, he said, listen, I'm going into the desert to fast for 40 days and 40 nights to be tempted by the devil. He went out there with a purpose. He went out there knowing he was going to be tempted. That was the reason he started fasting, going into the desert. He went there to be tested. He went there to be tempted. And that's how we got to look at this walk. Like, I think Denzel Washington said this, and I'm going to repeat it. So y'all know I ain't just stealing from Denzel, right? It's some real talking about to drop on y'all, man. Denzel Washington said you should be very weary when the devil is ignoring you. You should be very weary when you don't have any type of persecution going your way, when everything is just going smoothly, you don't have no setbacks, there's no type of issues in your life, it's just smooth sailing. He said, listen, you should be very weary when the devil is ignoring you, because if you his own, listen, the devil like leave him alone. The devil like leave him alone. That person right there, he's one of mine. He's one of my favorite. Don't even worry about him. We're gonna let him do whatever he want. We're gonna give him all the devices in his life. We're gonna put all those things in place so he can destroy himself eventually. Don't even worry about him. Listen, let him be, and I'll collect his soul at the end. But on the contrary, when you got persecution coming your way, when you got people lying on you, man, when you got people slandering your name, when you got people trying to force your hand and gaslight you and trigger you and get you in your emotions, listen, when you got that happening, you doing something right. You are doing something right in your life, and you got to understand, you just got to stand on it. You got to stand on it. As stubborn as we are with other things in this world, with things that we want, as stubborn as we are when it comes to our own hard-headedness, you got to be that same way when it comes to this truth. Ain't no way. Listen, this truth got to be a rock on a solid foundation. Can't nobody move it. Can't nobody shake it. And you got to look, every day you wake up, you got to thank the Most High that you here, that you strong, that you can hold it down and ain't nothing can stop it. You know what I'm saying? And I want y'all to pound the like button, because it's that spiritual voltage that y'all signed up for, man. The rain's coming down, and the Most High God gave me a word today. He gave me a word today for y'all, man, because they want you to be afraid. And let me say this as well. All those individuals in your life that's attempting to get you out of character, trigger you, get you operating in your lower self, because we all have a lower self. We all have a place that we go to that's kind of dark, and certain individuals around you, they know how to bring that out of you. Let me express this to you, because we got to get rid of these toxic relationships. Listen, if a person have the power to get you out of character, they have the power to possess you. Let me repeat that. If they have the power, this is the rules we got to live by. If they have the power to get you out of character, they have the power to send the demons they have into you, into your vessel, into your body. If they have the power to get you out of character, they have the power to possess you. They own you. They control you. They run you. And that's something that we should, if you're going to be afraid of something, you should be afraid of that. You should be afraid of any human being controlling you, being able to get you out of character, being able to, project their negative spirits and their negative influences on you. That should be the thing you fear, because listen, the only influence you want is coming from the Creator. Straight up. Somebody said, yes, anger through false accusation. I've been dealing with that. Real talk. See, and that's what they want. Listen, you got to count it all joy. What did the Most High say? Actually, what did Christ say? His son. He said they will hate you for my name's sake. For my name's sake. So if they hated him, they're going to hate you. And that's what you got to understand. You can expect the turmoil. You can expect the liars and the deceivers to step forward. When y'all people, listen, when y'all wake up, everybody sees it. Y'all chosen. A royal priesthood. A peculiar people chosen among many, many, many nations. The Most High handcrafted, hand-selected you, brothers and sisters. And when y'all at y'all workplace, listen, you going into you like Daniel going into the lion's den every day. That's what the world has become. It's like we Daniel and we in the lion's den, dealing with a cesspool of negative energy, dealing with a cesspool of people who really don't have the spiritual enlightenment, and they rather see you down than see you up. Nobody want to see you win right now, man. Nobody want to see you happy. Nobody want to see you make it to the next level. You need to wrap your mind around that, ladies and gentlemen, and understand that. They don't want to see you succeed in your respective field of work. They don't want to see you succeed in anything you do. There's a lot of people in your life that are watching, but they're not supporting. And you got to be very careful about that. See, on this channel, I'm going to give you some advice and some inspiration. Let me tell you something like this. There's so many pitfalls in the system. There's so many hurdles that we got to really leap. There's so many pitfalls that it's so easy to fall into. It's such a thin line. For anybody who ever experienced anything that's a near-death experience, I'm going to tell you right now, it changes you. It changes you. You're no longer the same person. Once you understand how thin that line really is. Once you realize that the parallel between this realm that we live in and the spiritual realm is so very thin, and life is so fragile. It's so fragile. Once you realize that and wrap your mind around that, one day you here, the next you're not. That's the honest to God truth. Once you wrap your mind around that and accept that, society can no longer manipulate you. They can no longer scare you. They can no longer take you out of your purpose, because you realize that you have a mission, you have a goal in life. Every last one of us was born with a purpose. In the book of Jeremiah, he says, don't you know I knew you before you was even in the womb? Don't you know I formulated you before you even, before you was even conceived, before you was a thought, right? I already knew you. I planted you there to have a mission at heart. And the way the Most High work, if we're not obedient to his command, to his mission, he has no use for us. And that's what we got to understand as chosen ones of the Most High. If you are not walking your purpose, and all of us, we know what our purpose is, and it's to serve the Most High in all sincerity and truth. The whole duty, and listen, the Bible says the whole duty of man is to honor God's laws and commandments. The whole duty of man is to serve Yah. That's the duty. So we understand that we all have a purpose and we all have to fulfill it. Now, if we're not doing that, he has no use for us. And life can be taken from you in a blink of an eye, in a twinkling of an eye. And you got to understand that in this spiritual war, every single day, when you walk out of your door, you are fighting, ladies and gentlemen, from the time you leave out your house to the time you come in. And you coming home is not even promised. It's not even promised. So the fact that you make it home every day should bring you peace, joy, and tranquility, not getting caught up in the uncertainties that we face on a daily basis. Yo, John, thank you for the $45 contribution. Says they're weaponized death. The music industry lyrics have been laced in death and anti-God for decades, but only if you listen. Can't wait to meet our creator. Absolutely, real talk. And that is, the way you just worded that is exactly what it is. They have weaponized death. Don't you understand? And I hate to sound morbid when I say this. I hate to say this, but don't you know that there's a such thing as a beautiful death? I'm talking about death can be liberating in a sense. And I know it sounds dark. Oh man, that sounds dark. The average person would hear that and be like, what do you mean death can be beautiful? It can be beautiful. It can be liberating. Let me tell you something. Because they weaponize death. They make it gruesome. They make it seem like that's the worst thing possible. Let me tell you something. Death is only bad. It's only the worst thing possible if you're not serving the Most High Yah. If you're not serving the Most High, if you're not taking the scriptures serious, if you're not living out your purpose, and your time is cut, and you're not written of in the Lamb's Book of Life, oh, no, that's the worst possible scenario. That's the most horrendous thing that you would ever face, period. Now, let me say this. There is no hell for the righteous. There is no hell for the fearless. For a person with no fear, there is no hell, bruh. That's what I'm trying to say. If you're a courageous soul, hell don't exist for you. Quincy Speaks, thanks for the $20 contribution, says showing some support for your work. Thank you, brother. I appreciate the support. Let me tell you something right now. I don't care if you're a Jew or a Gentile. And I'm going to even jump out the window and say this, right? Even some of those individuals, I don't care if they Gentiles, Jews, I don't care who it is, Jew or Gentile. People fighting in the military, people fighting wars, even if they fighting for the wrong cause. Let me tell you something. I truly believe, and right now this is by my own merit. This is not scriptural, but what I'm about to say is a revelation that I had. I had a personal revelation on this, that people who have courage, that's willing to die for country, willing to die for town, willing to die for whatever, they just don't have no fear. When it hits the fan, they have that thing where they click in and they not afraid. It ain't no weakness in them. It's like, yo, I come to die for this, whatever the case may be, and they don't have no fear. Let me tell you something. I don't think nobody goes to hell I don't think nobody who has courage who would die for what they believe in. I just don't feel like they go to hell, bro. I don't think there's a hell for a person who's not a coward, who's courageous. It just doesn't make sense, man, because when you look at this world, fear is what they use to control everything. Fear is what they use to control everything. There's no hell for a warrior, bro. There's no hell for a gladiator. There's no hell for somebody who fearless, bro. It's like they changed the men, bro. They changed us. They've emasculated us. They made it so testosterone levels is at an all-time low. Pornography everywhere. Men out here beating the drum, losing all their essence, losing their spiritual voltage, losing what keeps us masculine. You know what I'm saying? We've been worshiping the woman, bro. A lot of people, they get on these sites and they worshiping, they idolizing, they giving their wits to these women. It's like, listen, get yourself some wives or a wife and hold it down in the bedroom with your wife. Listen, stop having demon sex out here because it's taking your masculinity. If you out here, because that's what watching porn and masturbation is having demon sex. Some of y'all out here having demon sex and you wonder why you got the spirit of fear in you, bro. Some of y'all eating meat that is cheap and poor quality meat, And the way they slaughtered that animal, the way they just totally tore that animal apart, it's fear, it's adrenochrome seeping through your body. And then when y'all out in public, y'all walk in certain places, you walk in a building and it's fear possessing your body. All of a sudden you got anxiety and fear. Like, we got to change our diets. We can't eat certain things. We got to change our habits with the porn. When you walk in the room as a man, there should be peace that comes over everybody. When a warrior enters the room, when a man of Yah enters the room, I'm telling you right now, everybody else supposed to feel a certain level of peace, because it's the God energy. The energy of Yah is in you. When women come around me, when children come around me, when animals come around me, they feel the spirit of Yah. They feel comfort because they in the presence of a man of Yah. Do you understand me? Real talk. I'm telling you, man. We got to stay fearless, man. I'm telling you some real stuff right now, man. Yo, the spirit, pardon me. Yo, whoever that is spamming their Cash App moderator, please get them out of there. Clary Reed, get them out of there. They in here spamming their damn Cash App. You see how Negroes do? Yup, somebody said Genesis 9:27. Yeah, y'all know I'm getting over a little bit of I don't know. I don't know if I had COVID or what the hell. I don't know what the hell went on. Still got a little cough. But I'm getting better. Thanks, Rollo. Rollo got him up out of there. Somebody said, how do I become a mod? You got to be around for a while. Yeah, somebody said this is a powerful word. Right. Let me tell y'all something. I got to stop yelling all the time. I got to stop yelling all the time, bro. But for real, we got to be warriors out here. We got to be fearless. Gotta get them coughs out. I don't want it. Let me drink some more water. Because I still got some word for y'all, man. Oh, man. Somebody in the chat said, get it out, Bree. Get it on out. Man, I got the best chat on YouTube, bro. Y'all so patient. Listen, I know that there's a lot to be afraid of, but being afraid of what's going on in the world is a choice. And yes, I keep y'all hip on a lot of current events because we are commanded to be watchers. We're commanded to observe the times. We're observers of times. That's part of being chosen. That's part of being the royal priesthood. Among the people, we're supposed to blow the trumpet. We're supposed to identify what's going on. Some of y'all are that for your families. And it takes a lot of courage for you to even speak out at times, because you know that people are going to shun you. People are going to negate the words that are coming out of your mouth. People are going to manipulate your words a lot of the times. And people are going to make you an enemy based on what you're saying, because it disturbs their everyday goings, and it makes it difficult for them to just continue living in sin in your presence. But although you create enemies, although people, they might not see you the way they used to see you, you got to let go of the fear of disapproval. A lot of people fear losing the approval of others, and that's something that is really holding us back in our journey. It's holding us back in our lives. Like, listen, What another person's opinion is on your life has nothing to do with the creator. It's only one opinion that matters, and that's the Most High Yah. What does Yah think about what you're doing, your walk, your journey? Because when you are in his purpose and you are doing what's ordained, there's no fear that comes with that. There is no stress that comes with that, because you're doing what you're supposed to do. You should really fear caring about what the rest of the world is thinking. That's, if you want to facilitate the fear, I would fear that. I would fear, hold on, why am I worried about what these people think? Since when is their opinions higher than God's opinion of me, of what I'm doing? Why do I care about what other people think? Why? Why do we care about that? Why do we constantly seek validation? We're afraid to stand alone. Let me tell you something. You're in a time of spiritual warfare like never before, brothers and sisters. Like never before in history. Once you wake up to this truth, all hell is breaking loose in your life. And I know there's a lot of people who new to this truth. Listen, all hell finna break loose. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. I'm not gonna lie to you. See, it ain't like those celebrities. It ain't like Kyrie Irving. You can jump in the truth. And you can say little things, drop little nuggets, and then, you know, apologize and go back. No. Once you in it, you in it. You in it for the long haul. It ain't no cowering. It ain't no going backwards. And you can expect all hell to break loose. You can expect all kind of demonic impositions that you're going to have to battle. Some of y'all who struggle with certain addictions, whether it be porn habits, whether it be certain addictions that you may struggle with, alcoholism, drug use, whatever the case may be. Now, you know, moderation is key when it comes to certain things. It's just moderation. You got to understand yourself, understand. Anyway, that's another topic for another day. But what I'm saying here is this, right? Once you letting go of certain things like that, oh, you can expect temptation to come. If you getting rid of pornography, you can expect the demons to try to ride you at night, sleep paralysis. You can expect the succubus to come at you full-fledged. Like, we got to stop being afraid of the wrong things. Don't be afraid of the demons. Expect them. You gotta prepare for them to step up, and so you can get them out. When they reveal themselves, then you can get rid of them. You got to face your enemies. You got to face them demons. Face the battles. Because a lot of times, when we by ourselves alone at night in the dark, when we by ourselves alone at night in the dark, and we got to face our own demons. We got to face our own vices. That's where a lot of people in this truth, that's where they lose the battle. That's where it gets way too real for them. It gets way too real, and it's over. It's over before it even started. Because when it came down to that personal time, that personal revelation, where they really needed to make a legit change, they couldn't do it. They couldn't face the battles that they got. And that's the issue with a lot of people. They just can't do it. They can't fight the man in the mirror, bro. That's why I don't like the blame game thing. I don't like pointing to other nations for our issues. I don't like I don't like villainizing other people when we are worst problem. Somebody said fearless, learn who they are, accept who they are, and plan in advance. Exactly. And everybody pound the like button. We need to get the likes up to 1,000. Yep, you got to take personal responsibility. That's a fact. Somebody said, help us in these last moments. Somebody said, it's worse in person. Usually people tell me demons because they know I know senses I feel. Yeah, I mean, man, something changes when you wake up to this truth, man. Something really changes. And you just become very sensitive to spiritual matters. It's almost like you can feel the energy, you can feel the frequency, you can feel the atmospheric changes to the point where, look, you can be riding down the street, you hit one town, and you feel different spirits in that town from the next. You become an empath. And it's like What the world sees, you see it different. Literally, you fighting day in and day out. Everywhere you go. That's one of the things that a lot of people have a hard time dealing with coming into this truth, because it's almost like you crawling in your skin sometimes, because you can feel everything, everybody, everywhere. This is something that you got to learn how to really facilitate in this journey. There's a spiritual war. They got a lot going on in the world. They got the CERN program, cracking open portals, releasing demons straight from S.H.I.E.L.D. They got so much inordinate affections and sin going on in the atmosphere. You can expect to undergo these changes and feel the fog. You can feel the daunting, ominous presence of these forces. But as chosen ones, you got to be prepared, man. What do you think the Bible is for, ladies and gentlemen? That's our weapon. The scriptures is our weapon. Remember, the Bible says the weapon of our warfare is not carnal. It's a spiritual weapon. Those scriptures is what ward off the evil spirits, man. Why you think I read from the Bible all the time? It wards them off. The Bible says to meditate on his laws day and night. It wards off the spirits, man. Keeps you on your purpose. You understand me? And let's get them likes up to 1,000. Let's get it, y'all. Just pound that like button. If you gaining any inspiration. I'll wait a little while. I'm gonna wait a little while. Cause you gotta support the work, man. Cause I got some Jews. I got a couple more Jews I want to drop on y'all, but we gotta get the likes up. One thing about it, I don't like people watching and not supporting, because that shows me that there's a lot of agents watching, and I just can't have that. Let's get it. Let's put some pressure on them, man. Because let's show these algorithms that we want to have positive conversations that's going to really spiritually uplift us, man. And we can make this a thing. We can make Monday motivational day. How pound the like button. If we can get that like up to 1,000 ASAP, how does it sound that we do Monday car day motivation? We can do it around 3:30, 3 o'clock to 3:30 every Monday. Because I feel like this is a good way to start the week off, man. And if we can get that up there, see, hey, listen, if the people like it, if they liking the videos, we can do Motivational Monday. And we're going to start organizing this thing where on Mondays, y'all looking for like, oh man, Bree, we about to do Motivational Monday. We got to talk. What's the word for the week, man? What's the science for the week? Yeah, yo, we got to start that Motivational Monday. I like it. We do that every Monday, and we're gonna always do it in the car. For whatever reason, we're gonna do it in the car every Monday. And I likes that. Yeah, all y'all gotta do is get them likes up. Cause I feel like start Monday off, right? I think you know, in this spiritual war, man, what we gotta deal with on a daily basis, whether you dealing with the 2/3, you dealing with friends and family who may be part of the 2/3. You dealing with that manager who don't want to see you excel, or he's showing favoritism, she's showing favoritism, or you dealing with that corporate at your job, or you got somebody stealing your damn lunch. It don't matter. Like, sometimes we need motivation as people, especially just dealing with, you know what I'm saying, the daily rigmarole. And we almost there. We almost got it. That's what I'm talking about. F Love, thanks for the $5 controversy. What I say? Controversy? What I'm talking about? Contribution, pardon me. Somebody said, how about Testimony Tuesdays? Testimony Tuesdays, huh? That sounds like something I gotta have y'all call in. Everybody get a testimony on Tuesday. I don't know about that one. But we are gonna start organizing a platform where y'all know it's just not sporadic content. Y'all know what to expect on certain days, because we gotta get organized with it. Yeah, man, you know, here's the thing, man. Choose life. You know, the scriptures tell us you can choose death with the world and choose, you know, to be afraid and bend and fold to the death culture and celebrate bang, bang, shoot them up, kill your brother, murder this person, sell drugs, flip packs, push P. You know what I'm saying? All of this poison. You can continue to inundate yourself with that and choose death and wonder why you end up short-circuiting out here, wonder why you don't make it to the end of your days. Look what you put in your soul on a daily basis. Or you can choose life, man. You can choose to live. You can choose to make a different decision. Instead of putting death in your body all the time, how about let's put life in our bodies? You know what I'm saying? Let's choose to eat those fruits and those vegetables and them grains, bro, opposed to eating flesh every day, right? And I'm saying this because, man, and I'm bringing up meat. I'm bringing up this for a reason, because we shouldn't be eating flesh every day, bro. Real talk, because there's a lot that's death. Like, you don't put something dead in your body every day. Yes, there's a time for flesh to eat that, but not every day. You want life in your body. The majority of your diet, the majority of our diet should be life, not death. And that goes for everything. Like, the majority of what you listen to, what you watch on TV, it should be embracing life, not death. Now, everybody gonna be entertained. Everybody gonna watch their horror movies or their violent, their you know, whatever the crime thrillers and all of those things. We all do it. But I'm saying that in life, the name Israel is one who wrestled with the Most High. That's what the name Israel came from. See, I'm giving y'all some deep knowledge right now. One who wrestled. What is to wrestle? To wrestle is to find balance. To wrestle is to try to find the perfect wavelength, to find a silver lining. That's what life is, y'all. I know that's deep what I just said, but you got to have balance in life. You got to have balance. And I'm dropping some nuggets on y'all because this gonna really help you in your life, so you don't get burnt out. So you don't look at this thing like a race, but you more so look at it like a marathon, and you able to keep striving forward and not just get into this truth and become an overly religious zealot, become unrelatable, become just no earthly good. That's not what this is about. That's not what this walk is about. It's about having balance, bro. And we almost there. Y'all pound the like button, pound the like button. Somebody said that music you making is powerful. Flame emojis. Thank you, man. I got more music coming, man. I got so much more coming down a turnpike, man. I've been in my creative bag. And you know, there's a certain level of fearlessness in this album. I'm saying the things that a lot of these mainstream rappers won't say. I'm saying things in my records that they can't say, because I'm not afraid. And I have a platform and I have a voice. And that's one thing they fear, is a melanated man who has a voice and they don't have no fear. And I'm okay with that, because the Most High God is protecting me. I have a voice. I don't have no fear. There's nothing they can do to me. Chosen ones, there's nothing they can do to y'all in this life. Only thing they can ever do to you is take you out of this life. And when they do that, they set you free. And when the saints come marching, oh man, we coming through full-fledged. They can't hide in bunkers. They can't hide in caves. They can't hide in caverns. They can't hide in Mars and space. I don't care. You can come out with your Elysium and all of these damn bunkers y'all setting up. Y'all can't hide when them saints come marching. I'm trying to be called in that number. When them saints come marching in, ain't nothing y'all gonna be able to do, bruh. Real talk. So I don't have no fear. We can't have fear. Chosen ones, you got to stay fearless out here. For real, real talk. You men out here, you got to have testicular fortitude in everything in life. I'm talking about, brothers, you got to be fearless when it come to how you brothers is out here dating and moving. I'm talking about, listen, you got to stop lying to women, bro. You got to just tell them who you are, what you about, keep it 100%. Don't lie. Be fearless, because what's meant for you will be. What's not, won't. That's what you got to understand. Why are you lying to women like they the feds? You can't be men lying to women. If you're not a one-woman man, tell these women, I'm not a one-woman man. It is what it is. I can't see myself being with one woman my natural born life. I find that unnatural as a man. That's not me. I'm sorry. It is. I am who I am. Either you with me or you're not. That's how it got to be. If that's your circumstance. Just honesty is key. Total transparency is key. Stop lying to people. Give that woman a respect to choose. There's too many cowards out here. There's too many people out here who want to manipulate. There's too many people out here who don't want to keep it a buck. And listen, it's too late in the game. It's 2022 going on 2023, bro. We can't be running around here afraid. Yeah, they lying to women like they the feds. Like, we got to be men out here. Moving forward, man, just keep it a buck. And just be real with yourself. Be authentic. And understand that when you come into this truth, you can expect battles. You can expect wars. And some of these battles and wars you're going to go through, some of them going to leave you scarred, man. Some of them going to leave you scarred. Some of these wars, some of these battles, you're going to lose some battles. Some battles, you're going to be beat down. You're going to be bruised. You're going to be hurt. You're going to have to fall back sometime and clean up the pieces. But that's life. That's life. You can't be afraid of life when it hits you, bro. Life is real, bro. And it comes with all kind of pitfalls and twists and turns. Life is a strange phenomenon. And you just can't live in fear because it's coming, especially if you in this walk, especially if you've been chosen and ordained by the Most High. Y'all got to stay fearless out here, man. That's the message I got for today. I got more content coming. Maybe I'll go live later on this evening. If y'all want a late night broadcast, I might go live this evening. Cause there's some current events going on. Ooh, there's some stuff going on in the news that I kind of want to cover. You know, I do my podcast thing. There's a couple things I might want to cover, man. But anyway, I got a couple moves I need to make. Please, if you not subscribed, subscribe. Hit, turn your notification bell on so you can get these videos. So you can get these videos as they're being uploaded. Also, listen, ladies and gentlemen, support my work at newbreed.love. I don't share my Cash App on here. If you would like to support the work, support me at newbreed.love. It helps other businesses. It helps other people. And it also makes sure that the love notes are able to fluctuate properly. And you can get discounts on all Premier merchandise. So it's not just you donating to me, you're actually getting something in return. You're getting these coupons that you can use for every merchant. So you're saving money. Imagine that. The nation set up a system in which you can donate to me and save yourself money ultimately. It's not even like you're donating to me. You're sending money, but you're saving money ultimately. Like, it's a dope system. So support me at newbreed.love. Support me on Patreon. There will be new content coming to Patreon very soon. I know it's been like a few days, almost a week since I uploaded on Patreon. That's because I'm working on some things specifically for Patreon. So all my reoccurring Patreons, you can look for it. If you fell out the loop for like a week, by mid-week this week, come on back over. Sign up, get on there. There's gonna be some new content coming. Besides that, there's a lot of content a lot of y'all haven't seen on Patreon, so consider follow me there as well. Listen, I thank each and every one of y'all. Hopefully this message stimulated some thought in one form or fashion. If it did, like the video, share it. Thank y'all so much. I want y'all to have a blessed day. Shalom and peace.